Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ashley Plans and Saves. I'm Ashley, and today I'm going to share with you my 2020 annual budget overview. I like doing annual budgets just to give me a sense of what my goals are for the next year. So I always have a number or, basically a number to be working towards every single month as I'm budgeting around whatever events may come up in my life. Specifically, the number I'm focusing on is saving. It's Ashley Plans and Saves. So I always have a savings target or savings goal, and that goal comes from this budget overview for the year. So here is the annual budget. I have all my months laid out here, and the months in bold are my 3 paycheck months. I have the total for all categories and all like line items here. And then I also have the percentage of income for each overall category, right? And then here are the different like spending sections, I guess you could say. So for my income, I have my school income. I'm a teacher, so my base salary every month, my after school income for the rest of this school year in 2020. And then I have a line item here for rollover, rewards, cashback, things like that. Because I do like to go in at the end of each month to update these numbers so I can take a look at the whole budget, after the year is done. My paychecks are going to get a bit smaller in 2020 just because of different medical benefits and deductions that are going to be taken out for the new year. So instead of $14.75 each paycheck like I'm getting right now, it's going to be $14.25 just about. So I anticipate each month typically being $28.50. For 3 paycheck months, it'll be the $28.50 plus the third paycheck, which I'm guessing is going to be about $14.65. So that is what I budgeted there, just because one of my transit benefits is not taken out for that paycheck. So in May and November, my income from my base salary should be $43.15. Here for after school, I went in and did a calculation based on the days we have off and the days of like the different pay cycles and things like that. So I estimated how much I should be getting each month from those paychecks, just so I can have an idea and put it in the budget here. Not putting anything for rolling over and things like that, just because I don't really plan for those. So when you get to the total section, I'm anticipating $37,130 in take-home pay from my teaching job. I'm anticipating $4,110 take-home pay from my after-school position. I didn't plan anything for after-school for the new school year just because I'm not sure what the plans are for that yet. So right now I'm anticipating getting in all of 2020 in take-home pay $41,240. Here in pink, you see all my bills. These are ones I'm anticipating having for the entire year. That's rent, internet, electricity, gym, Spotify, Netflix, and my cell phone. Rent is going to be $11.50 every month. Internet is $59.53 every month. Electricity can vary depending on what the bill looks like and our usage, but on the high end, I'm anticipating about $60 a month for my portion. The way my roommate and I split up our expenses that we share, a $60 payment from me for electricity would be like a $190 electricity bill, which I think is realistic for our apartment. If it ends up being higher, then it ends up being higher, and I'll just end up taking some money away from miscellaneous, but I think that is a good estimate. Gym, I have joined a kickboxing gym. They did a 4 month like trial program thing that you can join the gym at a lower rate. Typically, it's $100 a month for an annual membership and $125 for a month-to-month membership. My membership is annual, but it's $89 a month, which isn't that much of a deal, but it's something. So at the end of our 4 month like trial program in April, we'll decide if we want to keep the membership or terminate the membership, and then work our way from there. I'm anticipating wanting to keep it because I think it'll be really good for me. But if I end up wanting to cancel it, I'll just delete the $89 fee for the rest of the months and then go back to like a regular gym membership, which around me would be maybe $17 a month. Spotify is about $10 a month. Netflix is about $13 a month. And my phone bill should be $40 a month. So here are all the prices. the annual prices for all of those things. And by the end of the year, I will have paid just about $16,702.12 in my bills. That is about 40% of my take home pay, which I think is a fairly good rate. Now, here in blue, for my spending categories, I have groceries, eating out, household, and miscellaneous. I do $60 a week for groceries. That's $240 on a typical month. And then months that I have 3 paychecks, it's going to be $360 because I'm budgeting for 6 weeks. Here for eating out, I budget $15 a week or typically $60 a month for my regular paychecks. And then 3 paycheck months get $90 because that's for 6 weeks. Household gets $15 per paycheck or $15 every 2 weeks. So for 3 paycheck months, again, it's going to be 6 weeks. So that's going to be $45 that I'm budgeting. And then miscellaneous is just what's left over. And it's about $750 for the first few months. Then it goes up to $28 because I have a 3 paycheck month. Then I start paying for my gym membership. It goes back down a little bit to $18.50 because I'm paying for the gym membership. And then again, a little bit up to $28.50 when I have that 3 paycheck month again. But like I said, if I need to take some money from this miscellaneous category to put towards electricity, that works for me. If I'm less in other spending categories and I have money for miscellaneous, my big thing is that spending is spending is spending. So if I'm budgeting about $330 for spending in a month, that includes groceries, eating out, household, and miscellaneous. So if I'm spending less in groceries, I have more to spend in miscellaneous. If I'm spending too much in eating out, then I have less to spend in household or whatever, combination that might be. So, but basically, the goal is to stay, spending in 2020, $4,487.88 in my variable spending expenses. And that's just under 11% of my income, which I think is a perfectly fair percentage. Now my favorite part, it's my savings section in green for money because I like saving money. The first category here is my Roth IRA. If I'm doing about $225 per paycheck, by the end of the year, I will have $6,000, which is the annual contribution limit for 2020, I believe. My family and gift sinking fund gets 50 per paycheck, 50 per month, and then an extra 25 on those 3 paycheck months. So that by the end of the year, that'll be $650 that I've contributed to that fund. Travel gets $100 every month, and then just a little bit more on those 3 paycheck months. I'll give it $125, so that by the end of the year, I'm at $1,250. Clothing sinking fund gets $30 a month, no matter what, and that's $360. My long-term savings, that is in a Betterment general investing account. Once upon a time, that was like my savings for a home budget, or my large purchase budget. Not really exactly sure what the goal is, but I'm thinking that it probably will be savings for like buying some sort of property in maybe 5 years' time. So the goal is to get towards about 60,000 in there. But this year I'm putting a little bit less towards it than I did last year. Last year I was able to do about $900 a month on a typical month. But as you can see, I'm doing about $550 per month for the first few months. My 3 paycheck month allows me to do $1,390. And then once I start having to pay for that gym membership, it'll go down to $450 a month. And then $1,390 again for that 3 paycheck month. So by the end of the year, I'm anticipating $7,680. That'll be my goal. I don't want to do less than that because, I've put it in my Excel sheet, so now it has to happen. Or at least I'll do my best to make sure it happens. Additional to long-term savings, these numbers are coming from my after-school paychecks. So what I'm doing right now for after school is I usually get 2 paychecks a month. So one paycheck, the one that's smaller, goes to like fund money, and then the bigger one goes to the large purchase sinking fund. What I'm going to be doing for next year, since I can't contribute as much in my regular budget to the long-term savings, I'm putting pretty much all of my after-school paychecks towards additional to long-term savings. So those are the numbers there. They kind of match up with what was in my income, and they will change based on how much I work after school and how much I actually get paid. But right now I'm anticipating about $3,500 from after school going towards long-term savings so that by the end of the year, I will have about a little over $1,100, or sorry, $11,000. And that's like the annual goal for me for next year. I do have a couple of paychecks from after school here that I will put into a fun money sinking fund, but only about $600. So that'll just have to, it's like one paycheck every couple of months from after school. We'll get into that, but that'll just be for whatever I need it to be. And then that means I will have saved just over $20,000 for the year in various different accounts, or almost 50% of my income. Finally, in this last row, I have my remaining balance. So that is my total income subtracting bills, spending, and savings. Right now, it's all zero-based budgeting. So there's $0 left. But, like I mentioned before, I had anything that you see here in miscellaneous was actually left in the budget. So I just moved that to miscellaneous. Though I may be inclined to bump this up to 1,400 just for seeing a nice number right there instead of 1,390, which seems like more random than I would like. So that should be 18. Oh yeah, it should be 1849. I think that may have been just a mistake actually on my part. Yeah, so just kidding. Miscellaneous should be 1849 or 749. Yeah, but it's still under 11%. So, well, that makes sense because you know what? I'm gonna stop talking right now. I digress. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a like. I would really appreciate that. If you're interested in more of these budget videos, feel free to subscribe so you're notified when I post them. But that is all. I hope you guys are like greatly anticipating 2020. I hope you're thinking towards, some financial goals you have, because it's always a positive way to like jump into the new year. But yeah, I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks again for stopping by. Happy holidays, all that fun stuff. Yeah, bye guys.